Greetings YouTube and welcome to the Blue Corner, and we are back once again with a look over in Vanguard's OCG format. My apologies for, well, the fact I didn't have something up last week, but Japan didn't have a tournament during the course of, what was it, the end of August? Yeah, there was nothing, so I figured what's the point of making the video if I have nothing to talk about? So I decided to just not bother. We did have an event in Chicago on the other however, but Bushiroad will usually put up their deck list at some point, and I honestly speaking, as far as the standard side goes, Oracle Think Tank did its thing. There are still people who keep sleeping on the fact that Oracle Think Tank is a really good deck, but it got 3 out of the top 4 spots in Chicago, and I believe OTT Gize also won that one. It's either OTT Gize or Troy Ange, I believe it's called. It's one of those two decks, but OTT Gize has been picking up steam ever since the ARG, and it's now arguably the best deck of premium format, followed by, I think, Bermuda Triangle variants, either Ange or Ange Trois, as you want to call it. Spike Brothers have also been proven to be popular after Living Proof's win with the deck at ARG. And then you've also got Mega Colony variants, and I think those would be your top premium decks pre Extra Booster 2. We'll see what happens with the inclusion of Aqua Force, Grand Blue, or Dimension Police. Probably not very much would be my guess, but who knows? Or OGT Gazy is something that North America, I think, came up with, whereas it hasn't seen a lot of play out of Japan, I want to say. So who knows what we'll be able to do. So that being said, we do have some tournaments from this past week to talk about, and they are from post AL4 release. So I bet you're curious as I am. What are the new clans doing, if at all? So let's dive into this. Our first one is going to be the Grand Prix Hakepa qualifier, which was a premium tournament of 32 players. However, only one deck list is known, which is the first place Dark Irregulars, which involves the Death Anchor loop. If you aren't familiar with how it is, the very, very, very short version of it is you set up the conditions to have Death Anchor go off, which is 13 cards in Soul. You also have another copy of Death Anchor in Soul and Enigmatic Assassins in your Soul. Then you call your assassins out due to how they work, which is like the beginning of your attack step. You do your drive checks with Death Anchor, counter plus 1, suck up your assassins plus a card in hand into the Soul to ride another Death Anchor from Soul as stand, and then you get your Protect gift, you get power because in a Soul charge, because that's how he works. Like, he gets 2k for every card in Soul, I believe, and yeah, he Soul charges 1 on ride, and then you begin your attack, call out for assassins, and you repeat. And so for every counterblast you have open, you get 2 checks, a Protect gift, and a beefy Vanguard swing, and then at the very end of it, you'll get multiple assassin attacks. It's something, like, it's quite silly. Then I did make a note of BWC New York, New Jersey, which was a which had its standard tournament of 450-ish people. It was split into 2 blocks. Block A was won by Oracle Think Tank. Second place was Oracle Think Tank. Third was Kagero, and fourth was Aquaforce. Block B was won by Tachikaze, and then second and third are Oracle Think Tank, and fourth are Spikes. And as far as the premium side goes, I don't actually remember how that finished up. Although I'm willing to bet that OTT Gize or some variation of Bermuda Triangle might have won. So, with that being said, oh yeah, they will be on the official website at some point though. Now let's take a look over what's happening over in Japan. So, first up, we have the first Vanguard Oka Lab CS standard format, 33 players, single player format. So, the rare non-team tournament, and Oracle Think Tank won. So, new set, same result. Oracle Think Tank still flexing its stuff. Although the second place is Murakumo, third place is Shadows, and fourth place is Kagero. The general consensus that I've gotten from at least a few people who have been mucking around with these decks is that Pale Moon is just another Axel deck. It's very good at being an Axel deck, but like every other traditional Axel deck, it doesn't really generate a lot of hand, loses to continual board wipes, and it cannot do much when your opponent hits a defensive trigger. So rip them. And Dark Irregulars are just too slow to get going, even though they are a Protect clan. Faster decks will just overtake them. And Shadow Paladins are or at least arguably the best Force clan in the game. However, their Oracle Think Tank matchup is as bad as people expected it to be, and as a result, Kagero still has a place because Waterfall can threaten Oracle Think Tank. And yeah, Oracle Think Tank is still doing its stuff, and they're getting a second wave of support too. So that's, I can understand why some people are becoming dissatisfied with standard format. It's it's Oracle Think Tank, the show, and a deck's ability to compete really depends on how good its Oracle Think Tank matchup is. And unfortunately, Set 4 didn't really give us the tools to really slay the beast. So at this point, I think we just have to place our faith in either Gold Paladin or Narukami to do something about it. In any case, though, as far as the Oracle Think Tank deck goes, this guy ran a smaller grade 3 lineup and decided to run the 2 copies of the Counterblast 1, Draw 1, Ditch 1, and Scry 1 if you have a grade 3 Vanguard. Second place, Murakumo. So, Murakumo was designed to be the OTG killer. It didn't quite do it, although I've heard the lock is still not... Okay, no, it's not awful, but I hear that the lock is still decent. However, the fact that this guy managed to slip past, I presume to be a field full of Kagero players and Shadow Paladin players, actually. Let's take a look at that field for a second here. We got 6 Shadows, 4 Royals, 4 Oracle, 4 Kagero, 4 Aquas, 3 Pale Moon, 2 Muro. Okay, so yeah, one of the 2 Murakumo players managed to dodge these 6 Shadow Paladins and 4 Kagero decks, both of which are not good matchups in my opinion. And it managed to get actually past the Shadow Paladin and Kagero in order to get second place. Lost Oracle Think Tank. I'm assuming the OTG player just sat on Amaterasu for a turn and just used her and probably got a deer off quicker or something. But yeah, if you're looking for a solid Murakumo list to work off of, this is probably a good start. 9 grade 3s, the Arresters. I don't think he's playing Fushimi. Is that the one? The Triple Bear? Yeah, I don't think he's running that one. No, I think I'd recognize that. Yeah. Let's see. He's playing, I think, a higher amount. No, he's playing some fronts. 4 heals, 6 draws, 2 fronts, and 2 crits. Huh. Okay. And then we have our third place Shadow Paladin. He's playing, what is it? 4 PBD, 2 Dark Dictator, and 2 of some the other Force Grade 3 that's in the core set. Ooh, that glare. Is he only playing 3 Blaster Darks? I think he is. Maybe, and then again, he's playing a much heavier Grade 1 lineup. And then the Kagero deck is pretty standard at this point. Yeah, they've started maxing out on Dragonic Gaius so that they can threaten your opponent with just trigger sacking through Waterfall at lower damage, because most people would want to be at 2 to 3 damage against Kagero so they can just no guard a Waterfall, but the Gaius makes it much harder to do that. And then next up we have the second Cosmos VGCS standard format teams. So more of the usual, and this one has first place Oracle Think Tank, Dark Irregulars, Kagero. Second place has Dimension Police, Dark Irregulars, Pale Moon. Third place has Shadow Paladins, Oracle Think Tank, Kagero. And fourth place has Dark Irregulars, Grand Blue, Kagero. So not as many Oracle Think Tank in the top teams. However, they're still there, and it's part of the first place team. Oracle and Kagero, part of the first place team. There's a couple Dark Irregulars in here. However, I need to point out that they don't have their records posted. So it's hard to say if these Dark Irregulars actually did anything or if they were carried by their teammates. And that would kind of go in line with the fact that people have said Dark Irregulars are just a bit slow to get moving. But in any case, these are still like deck lists that we can work off of. So there's your Oracle Think Tank, there's your DI list, and then your Kagero. Then our second place team is the Dimension Police, Dark Irregulars, and there's our 1 Pale Moon list. So not running Artillery Man, which is what I was debating on myself. Like I like the fact that Artillery Man's really big, but that losing all of your soul if he hits those pretty friggin' brutal. Yeah, it's a real shame that Pale Moon just gets screwed over hard by defensive triggers. And hopefully their second wave of support will fix that. Like I'm probably still going to try and pick this deck up because I feel like this is that one XL clan that plays like an XL clan that could actually get there. And then you've got your Shadow Paladin. Yeah, same grade 3 ratios. And then for our third place team, we've got Kagero. That's not Kagero. Wow. Did I mess up the order here? Yeah, I messed up the order. Okay. Oh, I only just. Oh, right. I get it now. Yeah, the Kagero deck list is the only one whose record is known. So we actually have no idea how the Shadow Paladin deck did, but I imagine it probably did decently. Like, Shadows, in theory, at least eat up just about every Axel clan alive because of PBD. Like, I have not been saying that PBD is a bad card. In fact, PBD is a pretty good card. It's just it against Oracle Think Tank though, it doesn't help you win that matchup any easier. All right, so there's the other Dark Irregulars list, Grand Blue, and Kagero. And then lastly, I think we actually have the Grand Prix Akiba qualifier premium format, 16 players. I saw a list. What was it? Three separate first place deck lists from a format of 16 players. I'm assuming this was just all a team, but if it's not, then I will go back and fix it. So our first place team consisted of Bug Mom with Stag Beetle and Ant Lion. So the Dark Lion Zoa combo, I believe it's what it's called. Is he playing Phantom Black in here? Then we have Shadow Paladins, so it's Luard with some of the new cards, and then Nasiel Gize. Yep. Oh god, what's this deck once we get the new Angel Feather supported? I'm not looking forward to that format. But in any case, this is only the first weekend of post AL4 results, so some of these things I've been talking about, such as the Pale Moon being just another Axel deck or DI being too slow, could be wrong. Murakumo topped the one tournament, but it was not seen in any of the team tournaments afterwards. So was it just a time where this guy high rolled everyone into oblivion, or could there actually be something legitimate in here? We will have to wait and see for a couple more week results, and for not another week results, but we will have to wait and see for additional tournament results to get a better idea of where the format is shaping. Although Oracle Think Tank still being the best deck of the format, that part does not surprise me. Like, AL4 just didn't really bring anything to the table that was going to dethrone this beast here. And unless Bushiroad comes after this with like banhammers or something, this isn't going away, especially when it's getting a trial deck and a booster set of support. So we get to run Pentacle Magus on top of Imperial Daughter, and I don't know, like they probably have to probably either do something to the Deer or Promised Daughter in order to like bring this deck's power level down. Yeah, but in any case, what are your thoughts on how things are going? Do you agree that Oracle Think Tank is becoming a bit too much of a problem for standard premium, or do you think things are fine? In any case, that's all for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Until next time, this is Boost39, jacking out.